Welcome to the program, The Uganda We Want. My name is Robert Molanzi. It's such an honor and a privilege to have you watching us every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thank you so much for following us on all our social media platforms. We are happy that you watch us, you listen, you share, you comment. That keeps us moving and it's very encouraging. And today we are privileged to host Honorable Fiona Nyamtoro. Is a Ugandan politician and a legislator of this country, representing youth in Parliament of Uganda. She is the National Female Youth Member of Parliament. She is a member of the National Resistance Movement. And it is on that ticket that she got to Parliament. Nyamtoro, of course, holds the first-class degree. Well, I need to pause for that. A first-class degree in development studies and master's degree in public administration from Makerere University. She went to Nigeria Progressive for her primary school education, Paris Secondary School for her O-level, and Bweyogerere Secondary School for her A-level. Nyamtoro was a vice guild president while at Makerere between 2015 to 2016. She was a member of the National Youth Council representing Nebi District, and she is, of course, the first National Youth Member of Parliament coming in from that district. Nyamtoro is also a champion of anti-pregnancy and gender issues. In Parliament, she is a member of the Committee on Education and Sports. Honorable, I'm privileged to have you on the show, The Uganda We Want. Could you please greet our viewers?
The pleasure is all mine. I am more glad to be with you.
Well, is there anything I've left out on who is Honorable Fiona Nyamtoro?
I think precisely you've done quite a good job. That must be well researched. Anything else would not maybe be important for the public to know.
Well, as the show itself, which Uganda do you want to see?
We want a Uganda that works for everybody. A Uganda where our livelihoods can translate to the incomes that we earn. A Uganda where everyone can afford the costs of living. Ideally, I know that it might not be possible to achieve that for each and every individual, but I believe that when majority are impacted, then the trickle-down effect is inevitable. Yeah.
You're representing the youth, of course, in Parliament, and what are you doing for them?
I'm doing what a youth member of Parliament is supposed to do.
What is that?
The 4 roles of a member of Parliament. The first is legislation, representation, budget appropriation, and oversight. So in as regards to my roles as a member of Parliament, I would not want to give myself self-credit, but I think I'm doing quite well.
What's that you've done? Because I'm looking at in what you've done, does it give us the Uganda we want, especially when you're talking about the youth?
A lot, because advocacy for youth issues, standing up and legislating on behalf of the young people is a direction towards the vision of the Uganda that we want. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you are behind what we call the National Youth Policy. Did you come across that?
No, the National Youth Policy is a document that is formed by the civil society. A number of non-governmental organizations come together and document a policy that they believe would work for young people in this country. So I believe they do research around the country. They go down and try and get the views of many young people, and also they go through the current policies that we have, identify the gaps and see how best we can fix them. there has always been a challenge that they have, that the political side, which involves us, has always put across, that in the formation of the national youth policy, it would not make a lot of sense if you do not involve the youth leaders. Actually, they should be the pioneers. And this is
the youth leaders.
Yes, youth leaders should be the pioneers because they are the voice of the young people in this country. And this is one thing that we have set out straight from the inaction of the youth policy. But I'm glad that there has been a response now, so the forthcoming youth policies should be more inclusive and more impactful. Yes.
Yeah, we of course, I'm tempted to think and as well ask, when we talk about youth in this country, and you're a youth member of parliament, you're representing us. Hopefully.
Are you a youth?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am.
It depends because you know.
Okay. Who is
the definition of youth is very vulgarized in this country. There's a narrative that thinks everyone that can wear jeans and a t-shirt qualifies to be a youth, but it is actually embedded in the age. Yes, strictly up to 30.
Up to 30.
Yes. Anyone who is a month or a day above 30 is out of the youth bracket.
Yeah, well,
constitutionally at least.
So what you're saying, if you're 30
and one day you're no longer a youth.
You're no longer
in this country. I don't represent your interests. Yes.
Suppose you make that one day in parliament, 30 and one day while still in parliament and before we elect. How would we treat that?
No, because that is not in reference to me as a youth member of parliament.
In future it might happen.
No, it's not possible because constitutionally the Electoral Commission has guidelines, and the guideline is at the time of nomination you should be 29 and 9 months. I think it's 9 months. Yes, 29 and 9 months. That's the highest age that someone can contest for as a youth member of parliament. So it might not necessarily be in reference to the leaders, because I joined parliament when I'm 26. By the time I'm leaving, I'll be 31, but I'll still be a youth member of parliament. But the people that I represent specifically end at the age of 30.
Age of 30.
Yes.
Okay, what are some of the challenges faced by young people in this country?
There are quite a number, depending on the age brackets that we are talking about, because you know the young people in this country constitute the largest percentage of the population. So if we are talking about 70%, the greatest majority of that 70% are actually students who are in school from the age of 1 year or 3 years is where school starts. From the age of 3 years to 15 are the greatest majority. The challenges that they face are different from the challenges of those who are 18 to 30. Or even just when you categorize them, even those who are 25 to 30, maybe the challenges are different because some of them have just gotten out of school. Now, the ones who understand, the ones who can speak to us, the ones who have ideas to share with their leaders. Our greatest challenge now is unemployment.
Unemployment.
Yes. We have very many young people that are being passed out every day with different qualifications, and yet the job market is not wide enough to absorb them. And that cannot be a fault of government. It is a worldwide problem. So the earlier we get solutions, any contribution towards the reducing of the percentage of unemployment is great. Yes.
So according to you, what do you think we can do to combat that problem of unemployment amongst youth in this country?
Well, now that we have come to a consensus that the formal employment cannot absorb all the young people, however much each and every one of us gets educated, we are seeing that we shift emphasis of young people getting involved in the other sectors, not all of them being trained for white-collar jobs. So investing more in innovation, investing more in the sports sector and different talents, having young people involved in agriculture, for business, agripreneurship, would be a very good shift to addressing the unemployment problem.
Yeah, so you think that will definitely give us the Uganda we want?
It should. It should. Absolutely, it should.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do about our education system as well to help us combat the unemployment issue?
Yes.
And what's that?
The BTVET. I don't know if you've heard about it.
What's that?
The technical education, bettering it, so that we have many young people who are trained with a skill rather than just the formal notes that we are used to. Because our education has been based on a theoretical curriculum. Now we are having government shift interests into having more technical schools that are well invested, so that a child is trained from as early as possible to have a particular skill. In that when someone is in school, even after senior 4, they already have a skill. If they cannot continue to advanced higher education or to university, they can develop and build that skill further and earn an income from it.
Is there anything I can do as a youth as well to combat this issue of unemployment, or I have to look at you, the leaders, the government?
No, there's a lot that a young person can do, because I mean every stone of success begins with you. So the mindset you have as a young person is a great determinant to how much you can achieve. If you have a mindset of someone that will succeed, you'll work harder. You will always find a way of ensuring that you beat all odds and you're at the top. So it is very important that the young people have the right mindset. And that mindset means that you have to be creative first of all, but also persistent. Because as you're all aware, the basics of life is that it is not meant to be easy. However much we expect government to play its role, there will always be tough rails along the way. But your persistence as a person, the resilience you put up, and the determination towards achieving your goal is very important. So I would advise young people out there that first of all, set your goals straight. Know exactly what you want.
Okay, set your goals and know what you exactly want.
Exactly. When you do that, and then you will have a vision that you are chasing. And when you have a vision, you're focused, there is nothing that can come in your way of success. It might take a little time because of some challenges here and there, but you surely reach a time and get there.
Yeah.